Welcome and welcome back to S.WigginsTV. As always, I'm your host, Worldwide Wiggins, and I'm back with another episode of Friendships and Fallouts, where we look at hoods that used to be cool or tight, ended up falling out. And we gonna highlight the positive. Now, I know what you was thinking when you looked at the thumbnail. You probably was thinking, Wiggins finally finna do what 11 versus Block. But nah, I can't do that right now. It's too touchy, man. It's a lot of undisclosed counterparts in that situation, so I can't talk about it right now. Today we gonna be talking about the 111 versus Watergate, an old beef from way back in the day that lasted decades. But while we on the subject of R100s, you know I had to do this. Shouts out to the boys for Vacation Block Hustling, Chris, man. You crazy mother. Unfortunately, the interview we did 2 days ago, it had to come down due to behind-the-scenes technical difficulties. So we should have an official Vacation Block Hustler interview. It's gonna happen. So I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it in the air. Do it for the Thorn, man. Do it for S.Wiggins, man. Do it for the culture. But anyways, let's get started. If you're not familiar with 111 neighborhood crib, it's considered the first neighborhood crib to my understanding. I know y'all go back and forth in the comment section, but hey, the territory go from like 108th Street to Imperial and from Western to Van Ness. They real cool with the 11-5 neighborhood cribs and the above mentioned Acacia Block Hustler cribs. They in the area where the Food for Less by, Western and all that, by the churches, across the street from the LA, that college over there. But on the other side of Van Ness and Imperial, behind the 11-5 neighborhood cribs, are the Watergate cribs. They are also part of the R100s, but they don't push neighborhood crib though. They one of those solid but deadly hoods. And if you a day one Wigster, then you would have known that I've been showing examples of that. So the thing is, even though these two hoods, 111 and Watergate, is both part of the R100s, it don't necessarily mean that they get along. And if you know LA history, then you would know that very well. But from my understanding, back in the day, they was actually cool, cordial. They just happened to have a few minor disagreements along the way. But then again, if you don't like me, minor disagreements hurt the big ones, especially over time. Now, there was two key eras, or should I say years, that played a part in the, unfolding of the beef between these two hoods. Let's start off with the year 1986. 1986 is when the tensions grew really hot. A member of the Watergate Crips and the 111 neighborhood Crips was having a friendly dice game. It started off okay. Everything was mild-mannered. But suddenly, for whatever reason, things quickly escalated and everything went left. The homie from Watergate was chilling, sitting in his car. The next thing you know, bang, 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 his car got shot up. And he managed to survive, start busting back. Luckily, both sides were not harmed during this trade of gunfire. But there's two sides to every coin. On the other hand, tensions began to get thicker. And it was evident that one day, these two hoods was going to be on the verge of a civil war. Now, notice I said on the verge of a civil war, meaning at this time, the beef didn't go full-fledged. Cooler heads were still able to prevail to the extent that nobody was taking things, to gunplay. OGs still had love for each other, and some of them was still hanging out, at least at this point. But you could still kind of sense the tension in the air from the previous incidents. Now, in the late 80s is when things took a drastic turn. 1989. A certain OG from Watergate Cribs went over to the 111 turf to kick it with a buddy of his that he knew from over there. Now, S.Wiggins, I don't point fingers at nobody, but the Watergate homie got jumped on and beat up, and they took a chain off his neck. After the incident, turned to one of his close partners from 111 to try to rectify the situation and get his chain back. His homie from 111 said he would do his best to help the Watergate and give him 2 weeks so he could be able to get his chain back for him. So the homie from Watergate went back home, cleaned up. The next thing you know, 2 weeks go by. So the Watergate went back over there or whatever, got in contact with his homie from 111. And he goes, all right, cuz, What's up? Let me get my chain. But his friend from what 11 told him, he tried his best, but he couldn't get the chain back for him. Homie from what 11 explained that the chain had been sold to another Crip hood and it was gone. The Watergate, still trying to rectify the situation, gave him another proposition. Well, since it's sold, it's gone, give me my money back. You sold the chain, let me get the money. But again, his homie from what 11 told him, unfortunately, they wouldn't budge and couldn't give him his money back. At this point, the homie from Watergate said, all right, I see how it is. He shook hands with his friend for trying, and he told him, hey, at this point, we cool. But hey, don't come over there. Don't cross Van Ness. It's finna go down. And let me tell you, with respect to Watergate, 111, 11-5, all that. I love you, Rolling Onions, I love you like cooked food. But that right there was one of the most slept on back and forth, man. It went down. I want to make sure I speak, correctly and respectfully, but lives was gone, man. That was one of the worst. Yeah, it went down, man. It went down. I ain't gonna speak too much, bro. I ain't gonna speak too much, bro. I had to catch myself. But yeah, these two went back and forth from 1989. Damn near almost 30 years. Almost 30 years. Probably like 25 years. Up until the early 2010s. Now, in the year 2013, 14, thereabout, a mediation took place. Homies from both sides decided to sit down, and come to a compromise, come to an agreement. Now, me and my homie, I ain't gonna say his name, we talk about this, we discuss this all the time. This is the agreement that the Watergates and 111s came to. It's gonna be a ceasefire. You don't come over to our side, we not gonna come to yours. We not finna be cool, we not finna be buddy and all that. Not finna be at each other barbecues, hanging in each other hood, but at the same time, we ain't no big. That's how they came to a peaceful solution. I think we could all learn something from that right there. If you want to squash a lot of the beefs to LA, that's how you do it. Sometimes, you feel me, people might reach a point where, hey, them killed my cousin. I'll never get along with them dudes over there. It's too much bloodshed. It's too much. It's what they call it, the point of no return. So the best thing to do is to come to the agreement that don't come to my hood, I won't come to yours, and then that's it. Being friends, may not be possible and shaking hands, but for the most part, a ceasefire is the way to go, man. That's as far as I'm going today, man. Hey, did we learn something today, man? All right, man, that was $1 million information, bro. And one day, I'm finna get deported soon, man. But use my words of knowledge, bro, and apply it to y'all lives, man. Wiggins gonna be somewhere gone, bro. But remember, ceasefire is the way to go, bro. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, man. I'll let you boy. I'm out of here.